Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tank, and this is Tank Talks Movies. And today's movie is Halloween. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. It's the Rob Zombie version of Halloween, not the John Carpenter one. I want to save that one for a good time. But the Rob Zombie one isn't that bad. It gives Michael a backstory and all that stuff. So, my friends, let's get to the film! We get a really young Michael Myers wearing a clown mask, and he also petting his pet rat. Michael's mom and stepdad get into an argument, start yelling at each other, and the yelling makes their daughter cry, Lori. Michael comes down to the kitchen, and his mother asks him why it took him so long to get down to breakfast. And he tells her that his pet rat died, and he's wearing his clown mask. Michael gets into a fight in the bathroom with a bully that was teasing him about his mom being an erotic dancer. The principal comes into the bathroom and breaks up the fight. Michael's mom is told that Michael's been fighting other boys in the bathroom. Michael's mom tells Michael that he's lucky he's even getting to go trick-or-treating this year because of how he's been acting at school lately. Then we get introduced to Dr. Loomis, a child psychologist who the principal thinks can help Michael. Michael ends up sneaking up on the bully that was beating him up in the bathroom and ends up beating him with a branch from a tree. Michael then kills his sister's boyfriend by using a bat, hitting him in the head. Michael's sister was supposed to take him out trick-or-treating, but her and her boyfriend blow him off to do something else, and Michael gets depressed. Michael duct tapes his stepfather to his recline chair and does something really drastic when he decides to cut his stepfather's throat. Michael kills his own sister, his own flesh and blood, and without a care in the world, he does this. She tries to get away, but doesn't get that far. A janitor that works at the facility where they're keeping Michael is telling Michael to keep his head up, or those walls will drive him crazy. Michael's mom comes home and sees Michael and Lori just sitting on the stoop waiting for her. Michael is now in the care of Dr. Loomis, where he's trying to figure out why Michael killed all the people in his house. A nurse ends up watching Michael, then ends up insulting Michael, and then Loomis and his mom head out, and then Michael ends up attacking this woman. During a session with Dr. Loomis, Michael shows him a new mask he made, and he says black is his favorite color. And Loomis tries to explain that black is technically not a color. Michael's mom visits Michael in the psych ward, and Michael's mom asks Michael, why do you keep wearing those masks to cover your face? Michael says he likes to wear these masks. A nurse ends up watching Michael, then ends up insulting Michael, and then Loomis and his mom head out, and then Michael ends up attacking this woman. Michael's mom is watching some home movies of Michael, and she just decides to shoot herself. Loomis talks to Michael for the very last time and tries to explain that there is nothing more he can do for Michael. Michael is not taking any of the advice that Loomis is giving to him. The guard brings a woman into Michael's room to rape her, but Michael puts an end to that shit really quickly. Because Michael just wants to make...
That guard got what he had coming. Rape is wrong, dumbass.
The night janitor comes in and sees the dead body of the guard who was trying to rape the girl, and turns around, there's Michael, and tries to talk Michael out of whatever he's going to do. Loomis is woken up and told that Michael has escaped and has killed several people. Michael confronts a really big guy in the bathroom. They get into an argument and get into a fight. Michael gets the upper hand in the fight and pretty much takes his clothes. We see Michael's little sister Lori, who has been adopted by the Strode family, and so now she's Laurie Strode. Michael is back at his childhood home and looks around and finds his old mask. Laurie and two of her friends are sitting in the library at their school. One of them spots Michael outside, and they all start to look out. Laurie is talking to one of her friends and asking what she's doing during the night. And she says, well, she's got a babysit. And Laurie's like, oh, hey, I got a babysit too. So they both got a babysit. Laurie gets home and helps her mom put up Halloween decorations around the house. Two teenagers end up heading to this abandoned house to have fun, if you get my drift. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Michael ends up killing the male teenager, stabbing him to death, then taking the sheet to make him look like a ghost. Michael ends up strangling the female teen with the phone cord. We cut to a loving moment now where Laurie and her mom sitting on the stoop waiting for the time that she has to head to their neighbor's place to go babysit. We're at the house where Laurie is babysitting a little boy. I'm just going to call Tommy because I can't think of his name right now. And they're just having sandwiches and chips. Tommy asks Laurie if the boogeyman is real, and Laurie goes, oh, the boogeyman is real, Tommy. The boogeyman is real. He comes and gets little boys like... Michael stands behind a little girl named Lindsay. Lindsay doesn't even notice that Michael is there. And, well, who would? Honestly, The Thing is on TV. That's a really good movie. Janie and Lindsay are heading towards where Laurie and Tommy are to hang out with them for the night. Jamie drops Lindsay off with Laurie and Tommy so she can go hang out with her boyfriend and do you know what. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Laurie is now watching both kids now and getting bomb rushed with questions about the boogeyman. And Laurie tells him it's nonsense. And Lindsay tells Laurie, are you afraid? And they just bum rush her. Janie and her boyfriend start getting it on. And then Michael interrupts them by ripping him off of her and brutally murdering him. Janie tries to escape, but Michael grabs her, pulls her back into the house, and, well, just kills her. Laurie and Lindsay are walking to Lindsay's house and to get something. Then they see Janie's boyfriend hanging with a pumpkin on his head, and then Janie Lori runs for her life from her psychotic older brother that's on a mission to kill her or just wants to be with her. It's very confusing. Tommy and Lindsay are running for their lives. They see an ambulance and cop cars and stuff. They find Loomis and tell them everything they know of what happened during the night. Michael has taken Lori to her childhood home, and Michael shows her a picture of both of them as children, him as a young boy and her as a baby. Lori ends up stabbing Michael and trying to escape, but Michael grabs a hold of her. Lori ends up escaping, but Michael gives chase. She runs off, and then she ends up falling into an empty pool where Michael finds her. Michael tries to get Lori in the pool, but Loomis shows up, distracts Michael, and starts firing upon Michael. She's trying to kill Michael. Lori is on top of Michael with a pistol to his head. Lori tries to pull the trigger, but she can't do it. Then Michael grabs a hold of her arms, and she pulls the trigger, shooting Michael in the head. And that ends the movie. Lori tries to escape again. Michael tries to give chase, but Loomis ends up grabbing a hold of Michael's foot and ends up just getting shrugged off by Michael.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Rob Zombie Halloween. I thought it was alright. It's interesting to give Michael Myers a backstory, but seemed like it went on too long. They could have made it a two-parter, like have the kid one and then have the adult version be part 2, kind of like It, but a little more gory and not so much clowns. But I'm not dogging this film. It's still good in its own right. It's a good thing to watch during Halloween. But guys, honestly, what are we talking about here? We rather watch this. We all know it. But what do? Till next time, folks, I'm Tank. See ya and have a happy Halloween. Cheers, y'all.